Good evening, everybody. Welcome to tonight's live show. In tonight's show, I'm going to talk about England getting off to a winning start under Thomas Tuchel. I'm also going to talk a little bit about the Brazil game last night because obviously I did a live watch on my football channel. Yeah. So let's talk about the game. What I thought of the game last night. But big up to every single new live logs in this evening. Much appreciated. You can use our YouTube channel. Why not consider hitting the subscribe button as I upload plenty of Manchester United content on this YouTube channel. I talk about loads of different things apart from football. Like this week, I spoke about my favourite video games and my favourite music. So that's your sort of thing. Why not consider hitting the subscribe button? And please subscribe as well to my Mr. Joshy J football channel. Link is in the description. So's my F1 channel. And pinned on top of the live chat and also in the description is my channel membership and a level 1 and level 2 membership. So you can select which level you want if you wish to help fund the YouTube channel, where you get early access to new videos and members only videos. Obviously, I have uploaded a members only video once already, but tomorrow I'll be uploading a second members only video. As members only ones, I'm going to try and put out every week. So, yep, another one on the way tomorrow. But big up to every single one of you who's locked in already. So, Thomas Tuchel has got off to a winning start. Now, would I say it was vintage England? No. But was it professional? Yes. Because obviously, the opposition were playing weren't much cop at the end of the day, but you still got to beat what's in front of you. So, yeah, Albania. Was it Albania? I think it was. Double check. Sure, it was Albania. But let's see. Football. Yeah, Albania. Harry Kane scored a good goal. Jude Bellingham, I thought, played well. Marcus Rashford had a chance, but unfortunately shot it straight in the goalkeeper. But what I liked, what I thought was encouraging, was literally the style play was a lot more attacking. Because under waistcoat wanker Gareth Southgate, literally our passing was slower and we're more pragmatic. But at least with Thomas Tuchel, we're definitely going forwards more. Is there still room for improvement? Yes, absolutely. It was far from perfect, and Thomas Tuchel was very honest in his post-match interview. Now, I've only heard a little bit in the post-match interview, but we can have a proper listen to it. But under Gareth Southgate, this England team was absolutely going nowhere at the end of the day. He got to 2 finals, but unfortunately, he could never get us over the line. I'm hopeful now with Thomas Tuchel. We finally got a manager who can get us over the line and win us a major tournament, because we still not won anything since 1966, which for a nation like England is totally unacceptable in my personal opinion. It's nowhere near sustainable for the Three Lions elite high standards at the end of the day. Let's get the narrative right here, people. Let's absolutely get it right. Jordan Pickford in goal, not surprised about that, because again, Gareth Southgate used to pick him a lot. Also, like I said, Jude Bellingham was superb. He was up all areas of the pitch. Marcus Rashford, the work rate was there, but you can tell at the moment he's definitely lacking in confidence, because he had a brilliant chance to score. Too much a heavy touch, and unfortunately for him, the goalkeeper saved it. Also, Lewis Skelly scored a good goal in the Arsenal 18 year old or 19-year-old. He scored a fantastic goal. So Lewis Skelly be happy about that. Also, you know, yeah, just overall a professional performance, really. Fair play to Thomas Tuchel. Now, he would want to see a lot more, of course he would, because Thomas Tuchel has the elite mentality. But it's only game one, people. Plenty of time to iron out the teething issues. But I was happy with what I saw. To me, it looks a lot more positive, going forward a lot more. And he called out Phil Foden, saying that he was a bit poor in this game, which I agree he was, kept going sideways, this and that. So, yeah. But, game one, Thomas Tuchel era, off to a winning start. Now, game two, I will be covering on my football channel. I'll be doing the live watch along to it. I'll also be doing the Brazil and Argentina game as well on the early hours of Wednesday morning. So, very much looking forward to that one. I really am. Huge game for Brazil. We will talk about them a little bit later. But let's get to chat, shall we? Here we go. Oh, wow. A few people in the building already. Big up to you, Dynamite 14. Juice Bellingham looks much better player under Tuchel, I see tonight. Hopefully we get to 2026 World Cup next year. Well, we've pretty much qualified, mate. So, yeah, we've nearly got over the line now. When you do watch it on, you should add that scoreboard and timer. I'll try, mate. Definitely. Are you going to watch the pointless sprint race later in F1? Nope. I'm only going to watch highlights and that. Tuchel's earning, I agree in the interview. Yep. 100%. Big up, Mr. Joshy J. Was it a good performance? I say more professional, mate. 60 years. Next year, England have not won anything. Not sustainable, mate. Hi, mate, Josh, mate. So good to see you, mate. Sorry not being in a few days late. No worries, Adam. No need to apologise, mate. Clean sheets as well. Yes, Adam. 2025. Of course, there's two Adams in the live chat tonight. But, yeah, I was very happy with the performance. Like I said, it wasn't vintage, but it's just a nice, solid, professional performance, really. And, players at times under Gareth Southgate, they just look so disinterested. I mean, we're only just getting over the line in a couple games. But you got England to two finals, Mr. Joshy J. So he deserves a bit of credit, Mr. Joshy J. But he never got over the line, did he? This is the thing with Gareth Southgate. Look, he tried his best, but at the end of the day, he just was not meant to be for him to win a trophy. So I'm glad in the end that he decided to call it a day, or whether it was England who sacked him. I'm not 100% sure, but the fact that Thomas Tuchel is in the dugout now is literally, a positive. I'm very happy to see Thomas Tuchel in the dugout. Of course, elite manager. Landed the minerals at Chelsea, no doubt about it. He's going to land the minerals with the Three Lions as well. Who's going to win the membership tonight? It depends if I gift one, mate, because I don't gift on every stream. So, yeah, Southgate is a clown because he always picks his favourite players. Yep, that was his downfall, mate. Did you watch England side, Josh, mate? I did, mate. Yes, I did, Adam. This is why I am reacting to the game, because I watched them, mate. Adam Partridge. But, yeah, all I wanted tonight was the win for Thomas Tuchel. As a Three Lions fan, that is all I ask for, really, that we get over the line and win the game. Thomas Tuchel has high standards, Josh, mate. Big up, Josh. You can check Geezer. What are your thoughts on the Brazil match last night, mate? I will get to that soon, mate. I'm just going to carry on talking about England for a little while, and then I'll get on to talk about Brazil, mate. Pochettino will play Canada for a place game. Tuchel winning mentality. He does. He did at Chelsea. Didn't quite work out for him at Bayern Munich, but he still won a title because Dortmund bottled it on the final day of the season a couple of years ago. So he's able to win a title still. But, you know, with England, you never know what to expect, do you? You never know whether we're going to be exciting or pragmatic. Most of the time tonight, I liked what I saw, made me feel much more happier and I was enjoying it much more, I was getting drawn into the game a bit more. Because under Gareth Southgate, sometimes, I'll get bored of watching the matches and then just start scrolling through my phone because it's a lot more entertaining than watching England's half the time. But, what Thomas Tuchel was doing was literally, fantastic. He was definitely getting the team to play well. Of course, he would have wanted a little bit more because that is Thomas Tuchel in the end of the day. He demands the best out of his players. And then he would have seen which ones performed tonight and which ones didn't perform. So he will make sure that they get up to the standards he wants. So, which is why it's good we're having another game on Monday because he can quickly get to work, maybe do a bit of squad rotation, and then he can start to experiment his best team, can't he? That's the way I see England going forward. But, as of tonight, it was all about getting the win for me. And let's see what happens in the next few games, in my personal opinion. But big up to every single one of you lying locked in this evening. Much appreciated. If you're new to our YouTube channel, why not consider hitting the subscribe button as I upload plenty of Manchester United content. And also, I talk about loads of other things and football. And please subscribe as well to my Mr. Josh GJ football channel. Link is in the description. So is my F1 channel. Yep, big ups to every single one of you. So, would I do a bit of squad rotation for the next game? Yes, absolutely. Because, like I was just saying, it's an opportunity to do a bit of experimenting. Thomas Tuchel can then exploit the strengths and weaknesses of this Three Lions team. But Jordan Pickford's playing in goal. I'm not surprised about that because he's literally England's number one, isn't he? Let's get the narrative right here, people, yeah? Let's absolutely get it right. But, England, of course, with this nation, there is a lot of PR with it. And Michael Top Chelsea FC does not like the PR with England's men's team, the Three Lions, which I get that, I really do. But he likes the Lionesses because they're not so much full of PR. But the England's men's team is literally sometimes fleeced with PR. So I get why Michael Chelsea FC isn't really a fan. I really do. But yeah, let's get back to the chat for a second. Here we go. Yep, absolutely, Michael. Don't get giddy. It's Albania, guys. Yep, 100%. Pick up Michael, mate. Yep, absolutely. Evening, Ronans. Mexico versus Panama on Sunday, one of the better fixtures that will be happening during the Brazil-Argentina rivalry. Big up, yep. Big up, Adam Partridge. I really miss Solid Tuchel at Chelsea, and those two clowns sacked him and bought Yesman and improvement manager. Yep, Mr. Drew over there, aka Clown Lake Lewis G, is calling now tactical manager, thinking about Pochettino. Makes sense, but he's not any better. I had to look at Tuchel and switched over to Sneaker. England are shit no matter who the manager is. No, good point. Good point. I'm not going with England to win the World Cup. And Josh, mate, nope, absolutely not. Man United not playing now till 1st April. Yeah, that's right, Adam. We're not on April Fool's Day. Road to 2K subscribers. Yep, we're very nearly on 1,200 now. Yep, thanks, Adam Dar 2025. Thursday, fine. Hopefully they are getting there. Yep, absolutely. This is what it's all about for me tonight, was Thomas Tuchel getting to know the squad and seeing what he needs to improve on, seeing what the team needs to improve on, because when you get a new manager, it's like it's all change, isn't it? Because Gareth Southgate was in that job for a very long time. Did I think Gareth Southgate overstayed his welcome? Yes, I did. Because we should have got rid of him sooner, in my personal opinion. Michael, I got some evidence on that brown envelope. Oh, okay. I bet you're relieved not to talk about Manchester United, Josh CJ. I am. I am, but talking of that, I am going to watch the women's team. Last game of the season, I am going to the Emirates Stadium to watch the women's game. So, yeah, I can't wait for that. Literally, I am surprising a family member because they've never been to the Emirates. So, yeah, I cannot wait. That's going to be a new experience for me because it's in that stadium. Yes, I know it's the home of Arsenal, but it'd be another ground I've never visited. So, yeah, and besides women's football, the atmosphere, it'd be a lot more relaxed. And yeah, final game of the WSL season. But yeah, my family member, he is going to be absolutely buzzing because he's a massive Arsenal fan. So yeah, and the fact that I'll be going to the Emirates with him, he'll be buzzing. He'll be, honestly. He's been to Highbury, but he's never been to the Emirates. And besides, yeah, I will be downright sorting. 100% I will be, mate. Yeah, I have watched Manchester United women on. Hope you have a lovely time winning game, Josh. Right? Yeah, absolutely, Adam. But yeah, it's the atmosphere and that. I have watched Manchester United women before at Ashton Gate. Obviously, I did a vlog and that on this channel back in, 2023? Yeah, cheers, Adam. Should be good. Should be good day out. But yeah, but women's football tickets, they were very cheap as well. So that's what I like about it. When the men's cost an arm and a leg, an absolute rip-off, and half the time you have to be a member just to get tickets to men's matches. It's not worth it half the time. The women's matches are much more cheaper, in my personal opinion. I miss the wooden spoon, Josh. Like, oh, don't you worry, Nabby, back out. If we lose to Nottingham Forest, mate, that's coming back out. 100%, Adam. They may have gone away in a moment, but I bet you now come back out. But yeah, England. Look, I don't really have any interest in watching these sort of games, but I thought it's Thomas Tuchel's first game. I need to tune into it. And literally, I'm doing a live watch on in a game on Monday on my football channel. So, yeah, let's see what happens in game 2. But anyway, I will get on to Brazil in a few moments, guys, because obviously I did that game last night with Michael.Chelsea FC and Adam Dar 2025. Literally, it's nice you are not ranting. I mean, it makes a change, doesn't it? Because literally, I have been ranting quite a bit this season with Manchester United. But not now, I'm a lot more chilled out and relaxed. But anyway, I will come back to chat in a second. Let's get on to talk about the yellows shall be Brazil. I mean, a 2-1 victory. Brazil first scored a penalty, from Rafinha. That's it. Rafinha scored the penalty. And also, he assisted Finney Jr. as well. But was it a good performance by Brazil? Far from it. I mean, literally hardly created anything really in that second half. But yet, Finney Jr., he had an absolute stinker and hooks game, but yet he comes up with the winner. See, this is what happens. You can have world class players who have absolute crap games, and then out of nowhere, literally get the winner. I mean, oh my goodness me, it's absolutely incredible. And he had an absolute abysmal game in the Champions League against Atletico Madrid, Finney Jr. But yet he still ends up popping up and scoring the winner. Absolutely unbelievable. This is why you should never ever rule out these players, even if they're having crap games, because out of nowhere, just like that, they can literally step it up and produce a bit of magic. And what a goal that was from outside the box. Honestly, that was absolutely epic. Joe Linton, though, the Newcastle United player, I thought he's absolutely horrific. Literally, if I had to give him a marking, it'd be a 0. He offered absolutely nothing in that game. Unfortunately, a Brazil player went off injured, so unfortunately the Yellows were forced into an early substitution. But Dornfeld Jr., I need to call you out. Your timing on the substitutions was shocking. Why on earth did you not make substitutes sooner? It's like you literally need to make subs sooner. Otherwise, it's not a good look, is it? Nowhere near sustainable how long you took to make a sub. Yes, I know he made the subs in the end, but he left it very late, which could have gone wrong. But thankfully, Finney Jr. got the yellows out of jail. He really did. Because Argentina, I cannot see the yellows getting anything against Argentina if they perform like that. We just need a bit more creative spark going forward. I thought Pedro was a bit quiet. He hardly did anything, to be honest. But yeah, let's get back to the chats. Here we go. I can tell you that England's played better today than us Brazil yesterday. True, that's very true. I haven't done a lot until we haven't done a lot until the last minute to go on the cracks for Neymar fans. James Rodriguez has also been kicked out of the Football World Cup after losing to Brazil. Liam Lawson, another stinker and hooks, Red Bull in the mud. Absolutely, Michael Chelsea. Absolutely, long may it continue, mate. Energy Nui, drink merchants in the mud. We won't be winning trophies with Tuchel. Maybe not. Club Lino are out. FIFA is not allowing two teams the same ownership. It's not the Brazil team hold, are they, Josh, mate? Nope, Adam, nowhere near, mate. Because the last time Brazil won the World Cup was in 2002. Slowson in the mud, haha. Gerson went injured. Uruguay, Argentina has a huge rivalry. It does, honestly. A huge, huge rivalry. But, big up to every single one of you who's live and locks in. Much appreciated. But look, it wasn't pretty by Brazil, but the Yellows still got the winner. So, as a fan, I was more concerned about getting 3 points rather than the performance because we needed to get the win. Because against Argentina, it'd be a lot more bloody difficult. Let's get the narrative right here, people, yeah? Let's absolutely get the narrative right. What is your prediction for the race, and what is your top three? You see anyone fighting McLaren later on in the season, or do you think they'll run away with it? I mean, we could, Daylight 14, I think we'll be their closest challengers, to be honest. Lawson P20, disgraceful. Even Logan would do a better job. I agree, Kai, 100%, mate. You'll find I have already improved my point. These Ronins, until I see anything, then I'll cook them. I don't subscribe to any Ronins, lads. 100%, Michael Chelsea FC. I agree with you, mate. Absolutely agree with you. But, you know, it's like Richarlison from Brazil, he's been very poor in the past, but I think he's been injured most of the time, so I think he must have lost his place in the Brazil team. But Neymar, I think he might have picked up a knock again, but you know, we really need him back in that Brazil squad because he will offer a bit of creative side of things. So, yeah, I mean, when he, like I said, he never really offered much. Joe Linton, like I said, shocking 0 for him. Allison made a couple good saves, but his kicking out was shocking. Why on earth was he not kicking the ball the same as like what he does against Liverpool? Is Junior telling him to do that or something? Because Allison should literally do exactly the same as what he's doing for Liverpool, booting the ball high at the pitch. But, you know, wow, unbelievable. But big up to every single one of you like and locks in this evening. Much appreciated. You're new to my YouTube channel, why not consider hitting the subscribe button as I upload plenty of Manchester United content on here. Usually this is just where I talk about Manchester United, but I have spoken about England in the past on my main channel. For like these sort of shows, it's fine to talk about England on this channel, you know, because at the end of the day, this is the channel I do stream on the most. But live watch-alongs and that, apart from Manchester United ones, like say England games, Brazil games, will always be done on the football channel, and Manchester United ones obviously on this channel. So yeah, but England, job done, 3 points in the bag. Thomas Tuchel would have learned a lot. So let's listen to his post-match interview, shall we? I think that'd be a good thing to do. Thomas Tuchel post-match interview. Wow, 12 minutes. That's a long one. But let's listen to it anyway.
Okay, want to get underway. Firstly, ask if we have any questions to take in Albanian. Any questions in Albanian now? Okay, we'll start off with our guys then. Who would like to go first? We'll go Tom Barkley here. Hi, Thomas. Your first international game. Yeah. What did you learn from the experience?
Well, it was exciting, and I was a bit nervous before. It was like a fantastic evening, perfect temperature, perfect weather to play football. We had a good week ahead of the match, and it's a great experience. I think we started totally.
Definitely a great experience. Literally, you can say that I've led the Three Lions out at Wembley Stadium. Very good experience.
Dominant in the match. I think the first 6 minutes we had completely the ball. There were not a lot of interruptions, and in the match, which felt a little bit strange. There were no fouls. There were also no shots, no blocked shots, no set pieces. Like I said, I think we started quite fluid with a lot of passes. It was difficult throughout the whole match to penetrate the last 18 meters, last 60 meters to penetrate the box. When we had the little runs, when we managed to get behind the line, we were straight away dangerous. We had like 2-3 half chances and 2-3 big chances from one of which we scored, and allowed, I think, only one shot in the 45th minute. So that was very, very good. We wanted to increase the rhythm and the risk a little bit in the second half. Had even one player more in the offensive line, but I felt us not disciplined enough in the structure anymore, and we tried a little bit too much alone, and we tried a little bit too much out of position, and it slowed our game down, and we were not so well organized to control the counterattacks. Later, with the second goal, the game was over, and we could see it out. In general, this is a difficult opponent. They play an orthodox style. They have speed up front. They have physicality up front. I think we saw them in the form of the Euros, where Spain struggled, Croatia struggled, Italy struggled in the group phase, and I think we saw this kind of opponent today, and we managed to get our first win, first clean sheet, and hopefully gives us some confidence to get quickly better and to trust in our style and go from there. Alex,
hi Thomas. Called Miles Lewis Skelly up into the England squad. He's had a career that's already on fast pace. Another big moment for him tonight, a goal. What have you made of him this week in the camp and his performance this evening?
He was amazing in camp. He's full of confidence and a very full of humor and such an open and mature character. You see everything what you see on the pitch, you see off the pitch. So he was straight away a part of the group. Very impressive. He does it with a natural confidence, and this is how he plays football. It's just a great performance. He is full of courage, full of quality, and even more so that he could be with this little run behind the line, be decisive, and open this game for us. Even better. It was amazing.
Jacob. Hi Thomas, do you sense that Phil Foden lacks a little bit of belief when he plays for England, and so how do you get that into him?
We will encourage him to do what he does best, to go at defenders, to go into dribblings. We played him today from the right wing. I think both of our wingers who started were not as impactful as they normally can be, as they are normally in club football. I'm at the moment not so sure why we struggled to bring the ball quicker to them, to bring the ball in more open position to them. I need to review the match. So I'm not so sure why it took us so long.
So far, answering the media very well. We will carry this on in a second. You're a real one, Josh. Always the same guy. Thank you. Thanks, Kai. I see Lawson getting drops a Red Bull. Yep, I see Yuki Tsunoda in that car very soon, mate. Looks like Aiden Hammond is training next week. Oh, thank goodness. Honestly, feels like a draw, but we get the win. Yep. Raul Jimenez scores another banger. Mexico 2 and 0. Wouldn't surprising. Red Bull signed Bottas when Lawson gets dropped. Won't promote Yuki.
I think we lacked a little bit runs off the ball, so it was a bit too much passing, not enough dribblings, not enough carrying the ball and driving with the ball, and not aggressive enough towards goal. They trained very well. They were decisive in training. That's why also they deserved. They were very good in the last weeks in their clubs. We will keep on encouraging them and make sure to create a structure for them that they can show their potential. Over here and then that.
Hi Thomas. England's pressing structure seemed more aggressive in certain phases today. Was that key focus in preparation, and how do you rate its effectiveness in today's match?
Yeah, it was. I was quite happy with the start, and I was quite happy with the structure in the start, especially to control the counter attacks. So we were structured in our attacks, and we tried to find the gaps. We did. Like I said, there were no pauses in the match because we did also no mistakes. So it was sometimes if you struggle to put intensity or aggression with your passing game, then you do a mistake. But it happens that you do a mistake and you can play counter pressing and have a ball win. But we did also not do mistakes. So there was it was a very fluid game, but in the opponent's half, and unfortunately not in the last 20 meters. We struggled to find solutions where to take the risk and maybe to take more risk with chip balls behind the line. Yeah, and then, like I said, I have the feeling that in the second half we with a little bit more frustration, we did not play with the same confidence in our structure, and then everyone tried a little bit out of position, and then it becomes more complicated than before. So we need to. I have the feeling we need to stay in the belief, and like you said, maybe find a bit more the open spaces, maybe play a little bit more through people and not around the block, but through the block. And find a better rhythm for that. But I need to watch the game and then look for solutions.
Hi, Thomas. You've said that we have to do better. How much better do we have to do, and how far off was that from what we want to?
Yeah, we will get better. We will get more rhythm. We will understand better now. I will understand the players better. So where do they feel confident? Where do we struggle? Why is it for us hard to find more runs and to find more aggressive movements into the very last third, and from there we will get better to implement a higher rhythm and be simply a little bit more look more dangerous also in front of goal. But it's step by step. Complicated opponent, they play unorthodox style. And yeah, individually, of course, we can have more impact from the wingers. We can play more diagonal, I think, through the gaps and not always around the block. But I need also to have a look at it if it was really open or if they defended just so deep. I rewatched the first goal, and I think Jude played a ball against 10 defenders in a depth of 8 meters. So the whole block was in a line of 8 meters. We struggled to find chip balls and to understand when the timing of the runs, but we will get better at this. I'm sure, and we will look at it, have video sessions, and make sure that we find solutions for it for Monday.
Can I just check on Gordon as well, because he looked a bit upset when he went off at the end?
He looks injured. He had first of all, I thought it's his stomach, but it's his hip, and it does not look good. Yeah, it's a bit worrying. Yeah.
So we pass behind to Arnold for that. Thanks.
Hi, Thomas. I want to ask you about Harry Kane. Obviously, he scored his 70th goal for England. You coached him at Bayern. Do you see any difference between the guy you coached at Bayern now that you've seen him with England?
I see him even more confident, and I see him in his environment as a very natural leader, even more so than at Bayern Munich. That was new for him. First time that he changed the club. First time that he plays away from his home country. So since he's here, he's a top captain, top teammate, and great leader. Happy that he scored the second goal. Was in a very important moment.
Congrats on the first win, Thomas Tuchel. Well, the first question I was going to ask is, I saw a tale of two Miles Lewis Kellys. In the first half, he was more playing as a conventional left back, but in the second we started to invert more. So just saying, in the future, what kind of Miles Lewis Kelly are we going to see as with his role as left back?
Yeah, in the second half he played as an 8 because we wanted to take more risk and have a little bit closer connections between the players. And in the first half, you're right, we played in a 4-1. formation and 4-1 up front. So he played more conventional and scored from there. In the second half, he played more as a number 8 or number 10. I think his very best position is where he plays for Arsenal in the double six and left defender double six inverted role. So he's a fantastic footballer.
Big up to you, Brian CFC. Bosh, big up, mate. Can I ask you an important question? Yeah, go on, Daylight Sword Team. Mr. Josh J, what do you think of Raul Jimenez comeback? Impressive, I say. Big up, Brian. Yeah.
Player, if you see him in the possession games, in training, the level of first touches, the quality of first touches, the quality of the body movement, how he opens up his body and where he plays the passes is a very high understanding of the game, comes very natural to him. So I think this is basically he's very versatile. He can do, I think, a lot of things. We tried to play a bit more conventional today because it's easier to learn, because we have, of course, like everyone else, many players from many different clubs, and he did very well. He can adapt because he understands very quickly.
Can I have to finish with Simon here? Hi Thomas, congratulations. It was obviously a quick turnaround to the Latvia game, and you've got limited opportunities to see your players in squad. Are you looking at rotation? I mean, how are you going to approach that game?
Yeah, I think we had some heavy legs. I felt us even a little bit tired. So we will take the opportunity, of course, to check who's available, and we have some good players on the bench who came on today or did not even play. So we have all options.
Right, Danny Knight Sword Team. I met Michael.ChelseaFC on Johnny Memrall's stream. I said that I did a Chelsea against Manchester United preview, and I put Clear Lake out poster, and I was telling him about it, and he went, "Oh, I'll check out your channel." So that's how we discovered each other, mate.
I did not look into the Latvia into the folder yet. What we have to take care of and what they play. This will start maybe tonight, latest tomorrow, and then we will decide. But I have full trust in all 22 players plus 4 goalkeepers, and from there we go. We will make sure tomorrow we train right now to have a full day of recovery for everyone. Everyone deserves it because everyone trained on a high level and played the match now together. So tomorrow is recovery day, and Sunday we take care about Monday.
We'll finish it there. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Cool. Very good interview there, and he was very honest as well. That's what I liked about that interview. Thomas Tuchel was extremely honest. Do you know how I found your channel? Yes, I do, mate. You found me from Michael.ChelseaFC's stream. That's how you found my channel. But big up to every single one of you line logs in this evening. Much appreciated. Oh yeah, what are your thoughts? They kicks out of Club Leon because the same ownership, even though they're run by actual football people, but people refuse to allow it. That's very odd. Adam Dar 2025, mate. I'm not going to lie. Are you going to watch the sprint race and qualifying geezer? Sprint race live? No. I'm just going to watch the highlights, but qualifying live? Yes, absolutely. 100% I'll be watching that one live. But, yeah, let's see. Let's have a look. Is there anyone live who I like? Let's see, people. Who's lying? Let's have a look. Ads. Here we go. Planet Mars. Oh, cooking session. Side. Who should we go in? Big up, legends. Everyone hit the likes and subscribe. It's free. Big up to you, rich money makers. Good evening to you, mate. As always. Right. Right. So, the next game, I just want to see a bit of fights by England, a bit more energy, but positive start. So I'm very happy. Big up to every single one of you who's been like locks in this evening, people. I'm wrapping this up now. Thank you all so much for watching. Good night.